Ladies and gentlemen, we have the privilege of meeting D.E. Munson. There you are.
Hi, Lori.
Yeah. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Great. Well, you have done a great deal of things in your lifetime. Are there any that you'd like to discuss? I was looking at this long list, like a public affairs specialist and an editor, an art director and designer and graphic and folk singer. I remember folk singing very well.
Yeah, folk singing, you know, is very, very close to my heart. It was how I was able to connect with and manifest music, and it opened my heart to all that was to come, and it was a very, very special time for that too.
And there is something that's going to be shown on this this program that we're doing, and it will show you actually singing along with the guitar for accompaniment. I have to tell you, we don't have a whole lot of time right now because we want to make sure that the audience can have the privilege of listening to some things that you have written, and so that will be seen following this particular period of the program. So, is there any do you have any last words you'd like to mention?
Well, if you can read the title, the book that I have written is called By the Time I Got to Woodstock, Where Space Meets Time in the Shadow of Atlantis. And it's about a spiritual quest of Space Larrabee, his longing and quest for love and, like you said, meaning in life. And it's the first of a trilogy that I'm pretty excited about. And if you wanted to find out more about it, I do have a website too. Is it okay if I give the, okay, it's D.E. Munson at demunson.com. And that will give you, a little bit more about what's going on and how you can get the book too. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. And I know we'll all be interested in looking at the what you have done. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Lori.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm D.E. Munson, and this is my book, By the Time I Got to Woodstock, or Space Meets Time in the Shadow of Atlantis. Now, this is the story of Space Larrabee and his pursuit of love and meaning in life. He eventually finds time, so it's the story of space and time as well. Before space met time, which is spelled T-H-Y-M-E, he met Junie, and this is the story of space and Junie. It's in the chapter On the Threshold. We'll kind of pick it up in the middle here. Junie and space were on their second date. Junie and I rapped and drank beers from the time she arrived. The Moody's played on the stereo, as always happens when I'd get progressively inebriated. I started talking about God. I don't know exactly when we passed out. I think we both gradually listed to the left on the couch. I slowly awoke in a pool of drool on the couch cushion. Her head was wedged between my hip and the back of the couch. My mouth tasted like stale beer and cigarettes, and I really wanted to brush my teeth. So I sat up gently, raising her head to slide it onto my lap in one motion. I sat there trying to decide what to do for 10 minutes. I'd left the stereo on autoplay, so side one of Threshold of a Dream kept repeating itself for about 2 hours. Are you sitting comfortably? Started playing. I felt a warmth in my belly and a mild state of arousal. I stroked her hair with a gentle benevolence. I hadn't experienced since before the heartbreak of Penelope, another story altogether. Let Merlin cast his spell. She stirred. A smile crept onto her lips. Her pale blue eyes slowly opened, inviting me into the dream. She reached her hand up and grasped the back of my neck and pulled my face closer to hers. But our lips passed like two ships in the night, because the next thing I remembered was consciousness slowly filtering back into my body. Then that strange feeling returned to the pit of my stomach. When I began disengaging myself from our pretzel posture, a blinding thud of pain slammed my brain from the inside out and the outside in. The feeling in my gut morphed into nausea and worked its way up to my esophagus. My mouth was watering. Oh my God. In a single motion, I threw myself on the off the couch, whacked my shin on the coffee table, and charged head down like a mountain goat on a mission through the kitchen to the can. A great arcing release issued forth as I crossed the threshold of the door. I reached the throne just in time, mostly. The next wave hit. I clutched the cool ceramic rim of the bowl with both hands, which was strangely comforting. I looked down on myself, screaming into the bowl. It echoed. In the distance, I heard another scream, but muffled, then running footfalls. I could feel the vibration in my knees. I tried to scuttle to my right and yank my head out of the way at the same time, but I was too late. Her head connected with mine. She'd not be deterred from her mission either. We clutched and bowed and yelled on our knees, making our penitent offerings to Bacchus at the communal ceramic altar until our stomachs were satisfied that the poison and bad spirits were exorcised. I fumbled for the top of the toilet tank and slowly pulled myself erect, fully aware that any quick movement would bring me back to my knees in throbbing pain, but I accomplished it. I had to keep my weight focused on my left leg to guard against my wounded shin starting to turn colors. With great sympathy and compassion, I helped Junie to her feet. She was still shaky and tightly clutched my shoulder for balance while I extracted that beautiful cobalt blue bottle of bromo from the medicine cabinet. Together we sauntered into the kitchen like two bedraggled pilgrims on their way back to separate homes. I opened the cupboard door over the sink and had to laugh. There sat two champagne glasses. Perfect, I said aloud. I filled the glasses halfway with club soda, then christened them each with a blessed capful of the magic healing powder. I gave one to Junie, and she leaned in closer to me, looking deeply into my eyes. Her eyes were at once grateful, then pleadingly serious. I don't ever want to go through this again, she said. I'll drink to that, I said. We clinked glasses in a toast and downed our elixir. I drove her back home without incident and kissed her goodbye and never saw her again. But By the time I got to Woodstock, available on all your favorite online bookstores and here at Excelsior Bay. Now, this is kind of a product of that experience. It's a healing song, and it's called All Her Children. When life is just a bummer and shadows cast, spreading pools of shadow from the last stupid thing that I have done. Having too much fun wasn't really fun. Then all her children came to me in the light of the shining sea. They sit and they rock in time to fanciful wishes I sing. Deserted and left standing alone. Even the stitches on the patches on my pants came unsewn. My fading faith had passed away, and still I saw no hope. But I grabbed my guitar, and it's to the sea I spoke, to the sea I spoke. Then all her children came to me in the light of the shining sea. They sit and they rock in time, the fanciful wishes I sing in rhyme. When hunger had hit me like a ton of lead, and I could find nothing but the roadside for my bed, the stars had lost their light, and the night had fallen black, and I'd toss and turn, but still the stones kept digging in my back, digging in my back. Then all her children came to me in the light of the shining sea. They sit and they rock in time to fanciful